The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. My name is Trey with Ghost Tactical, and I will be your tour guide for tonight. We are streaming live, as always, over on YouTube. If you're out there in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you're watching this in replay or listening to this in podcast form, the conversation does not have to end here. Utilize the comment section below. Tell us whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But just tell us something. Say hi. Whatever. But we do invite you every Tuesday night at 7 Central to come join us in front of our live studio audience. We do have a great crowd of people that always show up every week, and they're great people, like-minded people. So if you're looking for people in this community to get to know, come check us out and be part of the live studio audience. If you like to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends over at Valiant Dynamics. If you guys are familiar with the Evolver stock, by far, hands down, the best stock, rifle stock that I have ever used. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's the best stock ever. That's my personal opinion. It is what it is. If you haven't, then it is what it is. So go check it out and let them know the Ghost sent you. But utilize that number. It is 530-364-4678. It is scrolling. I think it's down below somewhere. If you are a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in that darkness, and you're looking for some light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I might be able to walk you through some stuff, talk you through some stuff. More importantly, I can just be there to listen if that's what you need. If you are looking to get towards some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing to help you in any way possible. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255, or send the text that says TALK to 741-741. We are spotlighting, as always, United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title of United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we are proud members of the Firearms Radio Network and the Self-Defense Radio Network. Go check out all your favorite pro-gun, pro-toy podcasts over at selfdefenseradio.net and firearmsradio.net. Let's get this off of my incredibly ugly mug and say hello to the merry band of morons for the night. What's going on, homies? From the weirdest state in the union, the only state that has 4 letters and takes 2 interesting human beings to spell it out, from the 740. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to seeing what John's got in store for us here.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. How's it going with the channel? You been busy?
Yeah,
I know your real life's been busy.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather's finally nice, and I filmed all weekend. I finally got a lot done. So
the weather was great here
get
too.
Caught
I
up,
didn't do shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, it happens, right?
I don't care. But yeah, I know that you said last week that there's a ton of optics stuff coming down the line. Anything that we can look forward to?
Yeah, the Judge XL is pretty badass.
That's the Gideon, right?
Yeah. So it's got the RMSC base on it, but it's got a window that's bigger than their Omega window. So actually, the window is about the size of their Granite. So
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer for the double stack 1911s and stuff.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all that. Let's see here. I guess we'll go to this fool. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a ginger, my lord, in a flatbed Ford or a Pinto. Well, I guess Pinto is a Ford, but it wasn't a flatbed for sure. Anyways, from the Gunners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews, we have John, the Ginger Soulless Bastard. What's up, homie?
What's up, brother? Special teams.
Special people.
Tuesday.
Nice. Y'all been pretty busy?
I had an industry call today. It was very fun. And other than that, it's been just a busy week. So,
yeah. Guns and Barbecue says Chris said 1911. Ghost is going to get arrested. No, he said double stack 1911. So I'm good with that. If he hadn't said double stack, a little reaction might have happened, but he said double stack. So we're good. You guys put out a short not too long ago on Fully Loaded Reviews.
Yeah, it's a very short video of 16 minutes long on the Springfield Armory Kuna, one of the best guns I've shot in a little while. I really love it in the PCC format, and it is better than others. I'm not gonna say what it's better. I'm not gonna make you mad. I'm not saying what it's better than. I'm just saying it's better than others.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've heard that from several people in the last week. Like several people. It's starting to piss me off.
It can piss you off. Your 1960s technology can piss you off. That's fine, but
wow,
just
wow. 1960s technology. Oh, God. You know, the sad thing is it's taken 60 years for something to maybe live up to it. That's pretty good.
I'm not really, yeah. It's taken.
Uh-oh.
What?
No, Clover. This is not media people. So Clover's trying to talk smack and stir up issues in the back chat. Speaking of which, that motherfucker. Yeah. Let's bring this motherfucker in. The voice of Texas, not the voice of reason, obviously. And I don't think Texas wants him to be speaking for him, but we have the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. Clovertack. What's up, man?
I think you need to keep Texas out of your fucking words. That's what I think.
You can suck my dick. I can claim Texas all I want.
No, I really can't.
I can't?
I said, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I said, no, I really can't.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, what's going on with you? Are you eating?
Yeah, I am.
You've had literally I know you didn't wake up till a few hours ago, but you've had all day to eat. Now you choose to eat right now?
You're killing me.
You're killing me.
Fucking killing me, dude. What the fuck?
What's going on with you? Anything good?
Yeah, there's fucking nothing going on with me. There's never nothing going on with me.
Yeah.
Leave to go to in-round
every day.
Some point.
Yeah.
Day after tomorrow.
Thursday probably. Yeah.
Early Thursday morning. Yeah.
Early. Yeah. Well, early.
So tomorrow,
that means Armenti will be driving if it's early.
I got rear brakes on the car today, so that was about the only
probably
thing.
Helps.
Yeah, that was the only thing really on the to-do list, was to get that taken care of. So
RTT says Clover slaps Ghost. Keep my state out of your mouth. Well, first off, it's both of our states, and two, I treasure the day that Clover tries to slap me. I can't wait. That would be so much fun.
It'd be so fast you'll never even know. You'll just you think you got hit by a stiff ass wind. You'll be like, what the fuck was that?
Or a feather, one of the two. I don't know.
Ninja skills, baby.
Ninja skills. Yeah, the redneck ninja. Yeah, I like to see that shit. Instead of wearing all black, he's all camoed out, you know.
I can honestly say that outside of SHOT Show this year, when every one of us had a fucking breakdown at some point. But during your fucking breakdown, that was the only time I ever wanted to backhand your ass. I mean, seriously, you know.
I get it. No, I get it.
Oh my God. Like,
I did. I don't have many of those in my life. But
yeah, you lost your fucking mind, dude.
I did.
We all did.
Just
being honest. And you lost your fucking voice.
Holy shit. Okay, that's interesting. I just got a text from the governor.
Ah,
interesting. So,
yeah.
What's up, Sarah? She's watching. Probably not. She sent me a text. I came from a different number. I was like, "Who is this?" So interesting.
Don't work at the golf course anymore.
I don't. I don't. She wasn't asking for a tea time. She was asking if I was going to be in Atlanta. So.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she'll be there. So
she's probably speaking or some shit.
She probably. I don't know. I didn't reply. I just I put why. So yes. I'm sure she will be. Or she'll be on a panel or something. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
She's very, very, very pro gun. So I'm sure that they'll have her there. Anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah. Tonight, boys and girls, we're gonna have fun. And this came from this fool yesterday, and sitting at the AT&T store, and it actually was great because I was sitting there being bored off my ass at the AT&T store. But an idea.
You drank the Kool-Aid, huh?
I drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah,
about fucking time. What'd you get?
I got it for free. It's even better. 16 Max Pro or Pro Max, whatever it's called.
16. Okay. Is the 17 out yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
We used our Amazon credit for spending so damn much money on Amazon. We got basically a free phone out of it. Nice. We get on our credit card on Capital One. If you're out there, Capital One does not do a great job, nor I don't think they want to do a great job of advertising this. If you have a Capital One credit card and you use it to buy your stuff on Amazon, you get a $1 for dollar match. So credit that you can use on orders on Amazon. So that $1,200 phone was nothing for me, which is fantastic. But yeah, if you guys have a Capital One credit card and you use it on Amazon, found that out not too long ago. Yoko was looking. She said, "What is this credit for?" And you get a $1 for dollar match. Whatever dollar you spend on Amazon for that credit card, you get $1 in Amazon credit.
You got it yet? You got it yesterday?
Well, I had the phone a couple days ago, but I activated it.
Dude, I'm still not fucking used to mine. Android got me.
Oh, it's still, yeah. I mean, there's some things that I have to get used to, like the back button. I'm looking for the back button all the time, and there was some things about the Galaxy that I loved, but I'm
constantly
Yoko and my daughter and all them. They're all shaming me for being a peasant with Android. So
I'm constantly having to Google, how do I turn this on or turn this off or change the setting, or constantly having to do that.
Yeah,
it was something the other day. Oh, I was filming. Holy shit, this was crazy. So I was filming, and a big gust of wind comes along. Right, it blows my tripod over. So I'm like. And I mean, it wasn't like crazy, and my phone's in a case. I wasn't freaking out about it. But I go over there and I pick it up, and of course I take it out of the phone holder, because I'm looking at it, and it's vibrating and making an alarm, and I'm like, what the fuck is? And I look down, and it's sending out a 911 distress signal.
What?
And I'm like, whoa, and I have no fucking clue. My Android didn't do that shit, but it hit just right that it pushed a combination of buttons, or it thought I had a wreck, or I think
it didn't call 911. It just sent out a signal.
It didn't yet, but it was fixing to. So it was vibrating, and it was making all kinds of noise and stuff. And so anyway, I forgot what I pushed on the screen, but I pushed something, and I'm like, holy shit, did it dial 911? Like, what the fuck? So I come in, and of course I Googled, like, what the fuck is wrong when my phone makes bells and whistles and fucking says it's emergency. Anyway. When it knocked the tripod over, best I could figure is it thought I was in a wreck.
Oh, I bet you. Oh, you know what? I mean, here's the thing. That's kind of cool to know that it does that.
There was just something about the way it fell with the tripod, I guess
I guess, yeah, that the impact of it probably.
Yeah, and so it did say that if it had dialed 911, it would I would have gotten, if there hadn't been somebody come on the line, that somebody would have tried to call it back.
Oh yeah.
So
Faux show.
but I thought, shit, the damn sheriff department going to show up, like, what the fuck?
Thanks, asshole. John sending lovely text messages. So yesterday I turned 50. So yes, I am a member of the AARP club. So
happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You got
banned. We only
fucking,
talked yesterday, so fuck you. So
you got banned on fucking Facebook, and it threw me all off. And
it does not offend me. I go incognito, bro. I don't want anyone to.
I understand.
We have to be with some friends and all that. So it's all good.
I get it, but I'm just trying to explain that.
See, what happened was
it's partially your fault because you got banned on Facebook because you can't leave well enough alone. But it was also because I drank the Kool-Aid, and so none of the old Google contact bullshit is in the new phone.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah,
we share blame.
That is the only reason that I miss Facebook for. Literally the only reason is it was my birthday calendar. I'm terrible. Yeah. I'm a savant in a lot of ways with numbers and math, but remembering people's birthdays outside of my immediate family, like I can't do it. I don't know why.
Well, happy belated birthday, because I didn't know.
Well,
I don't tell anybody. I don't tell anybody.
If you were to ask me when your birthday
Thank you,
was,
by the way, though. Yeah.
I would have said it was like later in the year, like August to December range or something like that.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I was a spring baby. I was an April baby.
But your Reese's is like December or something.
Hers is in November. Yeah.
November.
He is like hers is the 28th, and it's sometimes like last year. I think it was last year.
I'm probably getting that mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably getting that
she's like she's close to your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah,
not too far from your birthday.
That's probably why I'm thinking that. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll go with that. No, like I said, I don't. There's a few of us. There's like 4 people that I live here that are friends of ours here. My birthday is the 21st. I have 2 people whose birthday is today, and another one is tomorrow. So there's like 4 of us, like within 2 days, and so we always like. On the 20th, we always just say happy birthday to everybody. So in case we forget, we just like happy birthday, everybody. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, no, it was 4/21. 4/21, yeah.
Well, that's easy to remember then.
It's a day after Hitler's birthday. It's a day after 4/20.
I was thinking, right? So I was thinking.
Not that I would do any. Not that I do that.
I was thinking April Fools, you're a fool. So it's in April. And then you're on YouTube, and we get paid through YouTube on the 21st. So 4/20, April 21st. That's how I remember it from now.
Just think it's the day after Weed Day. Which I may or may not have partaken in.
It could be.
It's also.
Could be why you were. That could be how you. Maybe that's how you were conceived. Maybe.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Beer, yes.
No hippies.
My dad liked the Budweiser,
but not a hippie. They weren't hippies in the day.
No, my dad was a preppy. My dad was a prep back in the day. My mom a little bit of a hippie. I'm a hippie. I mean, you know that. But I'm much more of a hippie than my parents were. Thanks, appreciate you, Gerald. Yeah. But yeah. Ginger. Did you so I'm catching. I don't go context. You said interesting. It came around. We were talking about the Capital One. Are you talking about the Amazon thing? Or are you talking about the mags being dirty?
No, the mags being dirty.
Okay,
that caused the gun to jam. That's interesting to me because I've shot a lot of suppressed, and those mags are pretty freaking hardy.
Yeah.
So I'm finding it surprising that there was an issue with those mags because they're pretty well built.
Yeah. You know whose birthday's on 4/20? Hitler. Sure enough. What are the odds of that? Thank God that was a day late. That would suck. I think the most famous person that I did share a birthday with was the Queen Elizabeth. I think she was my birthday also.
Most people don't know when Hitler's birthday is, though.
No, the only reason why I do is because it's the day before mine, and that's the only reason why I do. So, anyways,
he's still alive out here, living in Argentina or some shit.
I think he died maybe a few years ago.
With Kennedy and Elvis and shit. They're all down
there. Tupac's probably down there. Yeah.
Probably so. Yeah.
Probably having a good time down there. Can you imagine that party? Holy shit. Elvis and Tupac and JFK. You know the bitches that would have been, the women that would have been there. Oh my God. Scott says he shares his with a Fidel Castro. Yeah, it's not as bad as Hitler. Not great, but not bad. Not terrible. Not terrible. I mean, anyone's birthday is 420, just like, God bless. You know it's bad when your name has been banned from the world. Like, you can't name a kid Hitler. And very few countries let you name a kid Adolf anymore.
So, growing up, and honestly, until the day she died, my grandmother, like any little kid that was acting up and going crazy, like grandkids, great grandkids, somebody needs to control that little Hitler. That's like that was like her favorite word for calling like kids and shit that were bad and out of control. Like there was no filter on that. Like I don't know that you could do that socially nowadays or not, but that was one of her favorite.
I think it's one of those things where like
favorite fans.
That name, no matter when or where you are, everyone knows that name. And so you understand that it's an evil name, right? So it's never socially acceptable to say the name, but when you do use it, like in the right context, everyone's like, "Yeah, I get it. You know."
You want a fun fact? There was
I want to hear it. Let's hear
fun fact. There was a doctor in Ohio whose name was Adolf Hitler, and there's a whole
change his name. I bet.
Nope. No, because he was a philanthropist and like this really good doctor in the city in Ohio. Like everybody loved him.
And he had patience?
He was about to die.
Did they give him the gas? If he was a dentist and gave everybody gas, wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be.
Sorry.
He was like 90 years old when World War II broke out. They had already named like 2 streets and a lake after him in the town. It's still there.
They change it?
Nope, there's still a Hitler Lane in Ohio.
That explains so much about Ohio right there.
There you go.
Wow. Bet there's not a gas station on that street.
And I know you probably turned monetization off, but I'm just saying with all the
Hitler, yeah, absolutely.
This is toast.
Oh, I haven't had monetization on ever on these.
Yeah, it's dumb to do it on live anyway. But yeah.
No, I'm surprised we're still up and going, to be honest with you. So,
you can say the word monetization wise all you want. That's, I mean, community wise, all you want.
Yeah. Oh well. I was going somewhere. Oh yeah. So what we're doing tonight? We're gonna have fun tonight. Little fun tonight. Sitting there at AT&T yesterday, get a call from Ginger, and he was like, "Hey, you got plans for tomorrow night?" I'm like topics, and I was like, "Not really." He doesn't realize that I go with my topics about 15 minutes before showtime. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, I like to think that I'm not that guy. So he says, "I got one for you." So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let Ginger have the floor for a minute, and the audience, you will be involved in this as well. So I'm gonna let you tell everybody what we're doing tonight. I can't wait. It's actually gonna be a blast.
So because the NFL draft is this week, I figured let's do a draft, and then we're going to do it way different than we've ever done before. So 7 rounds, modern guns only. So this can't be like dream guns. Like
Sorry, Clover.
Modus and stuff like that. Each round has a price tag associated with it.
Each round, a maximum, a salary cap, if you will.
A salary cap. Just like the NFL draft, you get a max amount of money you can spend on your draft pick. So round 1 is $2,000. Round 2 is $1,000.
Is this like retail? Like
retail? You don't have to go MSRP. So if you go and say, "Hey, I found this for this amount of money," and you have the proof of it, then it counts. Third round's $800. Fourth round is $600. Then we go in $100 increments after that. Fifth round's $500. Sixth round's $400, and seventh round is $300. So we're going to try to assemble the best collection of firearms we can from each dollar amount for the round. The audience is also going to pick. You all have to agree on your pick as an audience, just like a draft room. So you guys have to all agree on what your pick is from the audience side. And then we'll let the audience decide what it is. Now, because I know we're going to get the question. So like a 1911, you got to be specific. So you could draft a Springfield TRP in the first round and draft a EAA untouchable in the sixth round. It's just the gun company. It's
a specific model, not the overall. Okay.
And we're only and so even though we have a quote unquote salary cap, that only applies for one, right?
Yeah. So if you go in round 1, Clover, and you're like, I want the Taurus GX4, you just wasted your $2,000 worth of salary cap. So you can't move that cap around. You have upwards of $2,000 to spend.
And when we
rounds $1,000.
And when we say modern, it's got to be current production.
Yes, current production.
Okay.
Current production. And it's handguns, long guns, any gun. So we're doing 7 rounds again. Round 1's $2,000. Round 2 is $1,000. Round 3 is $800. Round 4 is $600. Round 5 is $500. Round 6 is $400, and round 7 is $300. I was going to try to get it down to like $200, but then our range of guns now have like shrunk in half. So we're going to go $300 there, and that is retail pricing.
Sure.
So you can decide what you want from there. And then handguns, long gun, pistols, rifles, anything. And we'll decide. The audience, again, gets to vote as an audience for your guys' pick. So while we're picking, you guys go ahead and chat away and decide what you guys want to pick as an audience. And then we'll let you guys decide who did the best. We'll take a vote at the end and decide who got the best draft grade. We'll grade everybody's draft.
So...
And
go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
On the pricing, it's as long as we can find it somewhere new for that price. We're not going off MSRP or.
Yeah, and I know you can get good deals on Gunbroker on used prices. We're going retail
sold prices.
It's got to be like
broker.
It's got to be like a retail establishment and news. What you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we want to do the draft order here?
I would say let's go
rotate it.
I don't care because y'all ain't picking none of my shit, so I don't care.
We figured that. Yeah. So let's just go in the order of the. We'll just kind of go me, you, Chris, Clover, and then second round, John. You get the first pick, and then I'll get the last, and then obviously the audience will get theirs. But
yeah, that works.
Cobra Arms out there says Cobra Arms is having a sale of the century tonight. Let's all go to Cobra Arms and use that as the MSRP prices. I can get an HK 416 for $2,000. Fantastic! I'm in. All right, so I'll take the first pick since I'm hosting this bad boy. So first round is $2,000, right?
$2,000 is your budget for the first round.
$2,000. I'm gonna go with an PS90. You can get them for about $1,800. PS90, first overall pick right there. You guys know where I'm going to go with most of my shit. So it'll be interesting to see how different that we're all going to be. Because I think Chris and I will be somewhat similar in some of our picks. But like people don't realize Ginger's like a closet FUD. So he might pull out some FUD shit too, you know. Speaking of Ginger, you have the second pick this round. So and you're gonna scribe for us, right?
Yeah, I'm scribing right now. I got it.
All right. So, all right, with the second pick in the NFL draft, the Ginger bastards go with who?
You know what? I'm going to take the Springfield TRP.
Okay. Well, since you already talked about
MSRP at $1,000. So yeah, Springfield TRP.
So you just wasted a first round pick because the next round's $1,000. You could have gotten in the second round.
No, they're $2,000.
You just said $1,000.
No, they're $2,000. They're $199.99. Yeah,
you just said you can find one for $1,000. I was like, well, you just wasted a first round.
Oh no, for
$2,000. You, my friend, just went Johnny Football in the first round.
I should have specified the Springfield TRP AOS, the Optics Ready one, the new one that just dropped.
All right. Christopher, your first round pick.
All right, I'm going with this. It's barely going to get in there, but I'm going to take a Benelli M4.
Fantastic choice.
What are those retail? 1,900?
19. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right there at it.
Yep. I guarantee you can find one for under 2,000. You know, might be close, but you're going to find one for.
Yeah,
2,000.
it's going to be close. Yeah.
Clover, what about you?
I'm going to go Browning Satori.
Ooh,
and it's going to be really fucking close too. You're right in that $1,900 range.
Yeah.
It's going to eat up every bit of it.
Yeah.
All right. Now we just got to get the audience's pick.
Got to get the audience's pick.
So while the audience is doing their thing, how's the rounds go? 1,000, and then what does it go down to?
2,000, 1,000, 800, 600, 500,
400, 300.
Hold on, 2,000, 1,000, 800. What did you say? 600, 200,
500.
That's weird.
400, 300. There's 7 rounds.
300. Okay. Okay.
I don't know what we want to do in the audience. Do we want to elect an official spokesman out there?
I think Cobra Arms,
or we want to let them have their own, if you will, coup d'etat.
I think it should be people who are here the most. So I would say between Cobra and Scott, because they seem to be.
Yeah, I would say Scott's here. I would see Cobra and Scott. I would say that those two are here. Scott's, yeah, I think they're both pretty knowledgeable as well. Fluffy's here quite a bit as well. Ooh, he's going 226 X5 Legion. Ooh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Cobra says Scott. He said, I don't want that responsibility.
Hopefully Scott's still around.
All right, so we're going to give you guys about a minute to come up with your $2,000 first round draft pick, audience. Be thinking about the next round, which is $1,000, right? $1,000 is the next round, right, Ginger?
Yeah, $1,000 is the next round.
And you're going to have the first pick in the second round. That means I'll have the last pick. God damn, that sucks. Mine might be gone. If it is, I'll
Geisley AR.
He's think about a Geisley. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I've seen
Is that what you're going with?
I've seen Sig. I've seen Nemo. I think it looks like the Geisley Super Duty seems to be somewhat of the.
Yeah, it looks like Scott and Cobra are both thinking along the same terms there. Okay. About 10 more seconds, folks. 10 more seconds. And we'll need an answer from the peanut gallery. What is that? What is the Geisley running these days?
I think they're running just about $2,000.
I was thinking they might be more than that. That's why I was worried about it. Let me see here. Yeah, you can find them for $19.99. So I guess technically. Okay. Super Duty. All right. They're going. Even Gerald says Super Duty. So we'll go with the Geisley Super Duty for the fan poll. That's their first round pick. First pick of the second round goes to Ginger.
This
and
is
by
hard.
the way, real quick, audience, now is when you guys need to be deciding and talking amongst yourself while we're picking, so that it doesn't take forever. All right, go ahead, John.
This is hard, but I'm gonna have to go with the Kuna.
She said
it's right there at the $1,000 price point, $899.
It's fair. That's fair. Chris Stoff.
All right. Now I got my shotgun. I'm going to go with an AR-15. This is going to barely squeak in at under 1,000. I'm going to go with the IWI Zion.
Ooh, that's a great pull, actually. Ooh, I like you. That is a great pull. Didn't even cross my mind, but that is a fantastic pull. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Clover Tactical.
Yeah. $1,000 range.
$1,000.
I'm gonna go with a Mac 5.
You motherfucker. $999.99, motherfucker. That you son of a
little bit cheaper than that too. Someplace.
Well, I just found it on I just found it on a couple different places for $999.99. That was my first go-to. You son of a bitch.
He just screwed over the audience.
Well, he didn't know because I was going to get it. That's what I was going to get ready to get.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. I wonder what these are going for these days. Hold on here. I just need to find out what this is going for these days because I know what I had got mine for, and I'm fairly certain that it is much more expensive. God almighty. And I was like, didn't think that he was going to go that. Let's see what this is. How much? Oh, perfect. All right. So I am going to go to the next best thing. And I got lucky because it hasn't gone up a whole lot from where I got mine. But I'm going to go with the Zastava ZPAP 92 AK pistol.
It's a good one.
It's a great one. I thought for sure it'd be over 1,000, but I found them just now for $955.99. So I'm in. So I'll go with the ZPAP 92.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the AP5.
No. I wanted the Mac 5, and then when he did it actually made me think I wouldn't have thought about the AK pistol had he not said that. And I've got the PS90, right? So what do I need 2 subs for, right? So it actually opened my mind up. The AP5's over 1,000. Probably. I'm sure you could probably find it for right there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with this Estaba. They're talking about the Mac 9. Or the Live Free Apollo 11. Gerald says the Mac 9. So Scott, is he saying the Mac 2011? Is that what he is making the final decision? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds.
Which Mac 9 do they want? Because they discontinued the original Mac 9 and then there's a new Mac 9.
What is the DS? The new one, right?
They kept the same name.
Oh, okay.
So that's the confusing part because the old ones run like $699 right now, and the new ones, the MSRP, the DS Comped are the ones that came out with, and those are running. If they do the Mac 9 duty, it's $949. If they do the DS Comp, it's over the price tag by slightly.
Give them. I haven't heard from Scott, so I'm going to assume that they want the Mac. Give them that duty one. It's what, $949?
Yeah.
The new one with the comp. Okay, so let's go that one. So the next round is 800. Is that correct?
$800. Yep.
$800, and I think what this round starts with Chris. So Chris, you've got first pick in this round.
I'm just making sure that this falls into okay. By $1, it'll fall in.
By $1.
I need a pistol, so I'm going to go with the Walther PDP Pro.
Ooh, very good. Very good. Very good.
And if the Pro, not the X, because the X isn't going to fall into the $800.
Yeah, no, I get it. Clover Tack, $800 round.
I'm gonna end up underspending a little bit here, but
it's okay.
I've got with the other things I've got in mind because I'm looking at this like I've got no place to put this other than here. The Influencer X.
Yeah, that's good. Do sale prices count?
Yeah, I mean, if you can find it,
okay,
for that price, yes.
All right. Then I'm gonna go with my handgun, HK VP9, the gray version. I can find for $789. The gray frame one, the ugly ass one, but
yeah,
that's why it's cheap.
You're gonna hate me because I found this for $799. I'm gonna go with the HK VP9 optics ready.
Well, I don't give a shit about that. So I wouldn't throw a dot on there anyway. So that's cool. You just copycat the fuck out of me. But that's okay. You know.
I've been looking at other guns and I can't find one. There's that $800 price range is such a hard price range.
Yeah.
If you're drafting things, you're like, wait, there's other things.
Yeah. We're going to $600 next. Is that correct?
$600 next. We're just waiting on the.
The crowd. Yeah, you guys.
The crowd.
Yeah. $600 range, huh? $600 range.
See, this is where it gets hard because there's so many good things in that $600 range.
So far, the only thing I've seen them talk about is a Remington 700. Surely not. You're not going to go the 8. I mean, maybe they will, but
I'm just gonna let's just call it. I guess the Remington 700.
I guess. I mean, yeah. I guess we'll have to go with the 700. Well, that's the only thing I even saw. So. All right. This is the $600 round, right?
$600.
It's just the 4th round, so this would be Clover's first pick. Is that correct?
It would be, I believe, Clover. Yeah, because Chris went first.
Chris had first last week. Yeah. So Clover, you get the first pick in the $600.
CZ Jaguar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What is a CZ Jaguar?
It's a bolt action. Really long barrel bolt action 22 rifle.
Let's see here. I was thinking bolt action as well. I don't think I can find one for that, but let me just see something real quick. I don't think. Oh, I can. We're at 600.
Okay.
Oh, baby. Stand by. I think I just. Oh. Okay. By $20, basically. Tika T1X bolt action. 22 LR. So that's why it's that price, but I'll take it. I need a bolt action. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Let's go with that one. It's not going to do a whole lot, but it's not a bad rifle for that price.
I am
Ginger.
See, I know I took the VP9 last round, but I'm going to take the Echelon this round at that $549 price point.
Okay. That is fine with me. Christopher.
This will barely squeak in there too. I think I'm under $1. I'm going to go with Canic Prime. I'm going to go with Canic Prime.
Good call. Very well played.
Is it under $1? Are those $5.99? I thought those were like $6.99.
Academy's got them for $5.99.
There you go. Clover, $600 gun.
Oh, I started it.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
We got to get the audience pick.
Audience. There. Cobra says Mossberg 590. Scott saying the PSA 16 and 223. I'm gonna do something real quick. I need to double check something for the next round. Oh, I love you. We're at the $500 range, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. They're arguing now. We're having a little argument over there between the leadership. All right, got about 15 seconds, boys. Pick one, the PSA or the Mossberg. This awkward silence brought to you by a coup d'etat.
They haven't gotten a shotgun. They haven't gotten a shotgun yet.
They have not gotten a shotgun
So
yet.
I agree with Cobra Arms. That don't make no sense. Why would you?
Yeah, why do you need 2 ARs?
We're talking about a collection here, not a.
That's it. Mossberg. All right, there we go. Daryl broke the tie. Mossberg. $590. All right, so we're at $500, correct?
Yeah.
I don't have an AR yet, which is kind of interesting.
Well, you can get some good ones for that. Or decent
I
ones.
am for $499.99. I'm going to go with the Anderson Utility Pro, baby. Anderson Utility Pro for.
I figured you'd found it. I figured you'd found an M&P somewhere.
I was looking, couldn't find one. I could find one, but they were used. You know, I couldn't find
they're probably close. Probably close though, aren't they?
They're close, like the M&P 2s or the original M&Ps. The problem is the 2s or the originals. There's not any new ones floating around. Let's just be honest. Probably by now, you know.
Right.
But yeah. So I'm going to go with the Anderson Utility. That's $499.99. Ginger.
I'm going to go with the Ruger American Predator.
Okay. Gen 2?
Gen 1.
The original. Okay.
The Gen 1s, because they're
the price.
Yeah. Gen 1s are right around that $499 price point.
Yeah. The Gen 2s aren't much over. It's probably about $549, $550 somewhere in there, but they are going to be over that $500. But anyways, Christoph.
I knew this was going to happen. I needed a bolt action gun, and I was going to go with the Ruger American. I was just looking up.
You can if you can find a different model of the Ruger American. He went with the which one did you go with?
I went with the VP9 Optics Ready version.
No, you didn't. You went with the Ruger American.
Oh, I went with the American Predator. The Predator.
Okay, the Predator. You might be able to find. Ooh, the Predator. That's a 16-inch, is it not?
No, that's the.
Is that the Rancher? The Rancher.
That's the Rancher. The Predator is the one with the technically heavy barrel.
Oh yeah. You could probably find a Rancher, like a 16-inch Ruger American out there, Chris. I don't know.
You can just go with the standard Ruger American. That's going to come in right at $450. So I'll just take that.
Okay, there you go. Just standard Ruger American. Chris Clover, $500.
Kiger 9C Pro.
Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. They're talking P365, the 5 they're talking P365
SAR 9
SOCOM. That's an excellent choice.
I was able to find I was going to go with the SOCOM. I was able to find one for $499. So
there you go. We're at the 5. We're gonna be the next one. Be a $400. Is that correct?
Yeah, next one's $400.
Okay.
Ooh, Scott says Savage XS and 6.5 Creedmoor. That's not a bad choice either.
No, it's not. They don't have a bolt gun, do they?
No, they do not.
Do they have a handgun?
Oh no, they do. They have the Remington 700. They do not have a hand. No, they have the Mac 9. And they have a handgun. They've got a Mac 9. So right now they've got the Geisley Super Duty.
2 bolts. Let's just be honest. Yeah. So you got about 15 seconds, homies. SOCOM's pretty solid choice. Just throwing it out there. Need a concealed carry gun. Yeah, that SOCOM would be a good one. The only reason why I'm saying that is we can't take it, and it won't go down to the next level. So if it doesn't get taken now, it's not going to. And that's a phenomenal fucking gun.
Who goes next on our list?
It would be Chris.
Say it's you starting. And we're going. This is the $400, correct? Or is this $500?
400.
I'm ready to go.
It looks like we've got 2 for the SAR9 SOCOM. So SAR9 SOCOM it is.
There you go. There you go.
Now, I will say this. I think that was a wasted pick by them because right now, right, in this round, I think it is because right now, PSA's got them on sale for $249.
Not the SOCOM, though.
Is it not the SOCOM? No, I thought I saw the SOCOM.
That's the SAR9.
No, I was just on their website.
What was the... I swear they had one with a holster and a light. Is that just the regular SAR9?
That's just a regular SAR9, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to find a SOCOM for that. If you do, then I'll buy 10 of them, please. I won't, but... all right, $400, correct? Chris?
By $1 again, I'm going with the Ruger RXM.
That's a solid choice right there. Solid choice. Clover, $400 gun.
Browning Buckmark Micro Bull.
Okay. I'm going with my shotgun. I'm going to go with the Mac 1014. I've got that gun. That's
Fuck
great.
you.
You're welcome.
Fuck
bitch.
you. Damn it.
It's a great gun. I'll say this. I'll give you an out because I'm a nice guy. I'll go with the Marine version. The stainless and black. That opens up a door if you want to go with it.
No.
One. It is your choice.
Now I gotta pick a note. It is my choice.
It is your choice. You're on the clock, sir.
We're at 400?
$400.
I'm gonna go with the P365. I've seen this at $399 lately. We're gonna take a carry gun.
Interesting. Out there in the crowd, you guys can be mad all you want, but you need to choose a gun.
Ooh, 1022. That's solid.
That's solid. That is solid.
I see the 650 Taurus, the Smith & Wesson 649. That's a solid choice. 642, sorry.
Okay, about 15 seconds. You guys need to come up with your final answer. And the final round will go to Clover. You'll have first pick.
What are we, 300 and under in the next round?
300, yep, 300 in the final round, yep. Hmm. 1022 is hard to beat. Yep, I think that's actually a good one. 1022, that's solid. Probably the best decision y'all came up with right there. Chloe, you have the first pick in the last round. $300 limit, sir. What say you?
I screwed up. I didn't throw a revolver in there somewhere, which sucked. But
nobody needs a revolver.
I had to dig deep for this one, but
okay.
I found several places, so I can link and verify if I'm not believed.
We trust you, dude. We trust you.
Henry lever action 22.
I'm sorry?
Henry lever action 22.
Like just a classic, the lever?
Just classic, the H001. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I found maybe a half a dozen here and there for $299, $290-ish or so.
Shit. That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I know what we're selling those for right now, and it's more than that. Yeah, it's about that. Our cost. Or the dealer cost. All right. I'm gonna go shit. I guess hold on a second here. Hold on. Just I'm getting ready to pull a trigger on something. I think I might do something. Please. Oh shit, yes. Thank you, Sportsman's Warehouse. My final, I was getting ready to go BRG9 Elite. I already got 2 handguns. So I'm going to go a little bit more oomph. I'm going to go the High Point Carbine 10 millimeter, $284.97.
Solid
10 millimeter hard.
That's a solid one.
That's people just don't know. You know. And for $284, that might be the best deal in the industry for what you're getting. All right, Ginger, go ahead.
Well, since I don't have a shotgun yet, and I'm going to go with the best budget
Maverick
shotgun.
88.
Maverick 88, baby, the best budget shotgun.
Yes. I love it. I was waiting to see if that was going to get taken or not. Like, I was like, is the 88 going to get taken? And that's a solid 7th round pick. That's a solid 7th round pick is a Maverick 88. It's hard to beat at that price point. Chris, $300.
I was torn on this. I got a lot of pistols, but I don't have a 22 pistol. So I'm going to go with the Taurus TX22.
That's a solid one. That's why I went with my bolt gun with a 22. That was the way I was going to get my 22 in there, but I didn't want a handgun because I didn't need it. But yeah, TX22. I haven't shot that, but I have not heard a single person ever complain about it. So that's solid. Clover started that with, didn't he? So we're done. We done?
That's simple.
Audience, we're just waiting on the
audience. APX is they're talking about APX is what they're all kind of talking about.
Can you get an APX new for $300?
Not the A1. I think you can get the original APX. Hold on here. The APX, not the A1, not the A1, not the A1, not the A1.
I know you can get the carry for nothing.
Yeah, and that might be what you had to go with is the carry, which is not a bad. I mean, now yeah, I'm seeing a carry for $249 out there.
Now, if he's talking about the Beretta APX, that again, we're gonna have to make a ruling here. If he's talking about the ones that AIM Surplus got in, those were running $299, but those were military trade-ins. I think we said new guns.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I found a carry for $249. So worst case scenario, they can go carry. If they want
the carry's always $249 at PSA.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. So
horrible trigger. Oh my god. Terrible.
Subpar tech. 15 seconds, boys. 15 seconds for y'all to decide on what you want to go with. $300 gun. This is the last pick of the draft. Mr. Irrelevant.
I too am only seeing the carry at under 300.
Yeah, that's why I am. The A1s, yeah, you're not 350 maybe, but still over that $300 mark. 179 when it's on sale. Well, if you can find it currently on sale, then
Oh, GeForce Exodus.
Interesting. GX2, that's a solid.
Ooh, that's a solid one. I think Scott speaks for the people. So
Cobra's coming back with the carry. I'm gonna give you like a couple seconds here, guys.
I almost went with the G3. That would have been a good pick for under 300.
I've got the G3. I'm looking at the G3. It's not bad.
Under 300, I think a couple solid.
The GX2 is.
Scott said, "Go for it, Scott." So GX2 it is.
GX2 for 252 at PSA.
That's a solid choice. I think in the 7th round, there was a couple guns that I thought were going to go that didn't. GX4, I thought that one was going to go.
Can you get the under 3?
Yeah,
is it right there?
249-ish. Same with the carry. If you don't get them optics ready, the carry and the.
Oh, okay. I didn't think they came without the optics ready.
Yeah, the Dira arms. If anybody's messed with those are good at $250. But the GX2 is super solid.
No, that's very solid.
Yeah, now I think about it, nobody went with the Stoger even. Can't get the Stoger for.
I was originally going to go with the BRG9, the Elite, which is the upgraded one, and you still get that for under 300. And then I thought about the carbine. I was like, that 10mm carbine, high point, baby. That's actually my favorite pick of the entire draft. Is the 7th round high point carbine. I'm proud of that pick right there. All right, Ginger, go ahead. All right, so let's go through the room real quick. I'll go through the room. Of all of them, considering not necessarily your favorite gun of that, but what are you most proud of getting in this draft at that price point? Mine is the high point carbine for under 300. Ginger, what's your favorite draft pick? What's your most how do you put this? Pound for pound for the punch, valuable. What's the best pick you had?
My heart says Echelon, but my brain says the Maverick 88. That is pound for pound, probably the best budget shotgun
in the world,
or pump shotgun for the money.
No, it's I would absolutely. Chris, what's your most valuable pick, you think?
I'm gonna have to go with the Benelli M4 because I really thought one of you guys was gonna take that from me right out the gate.
You knew I wasn't going to pick a shotgun first pick. You knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Luckily, you went before Clover. Clover, if the M4 was around at your first pick, would you have taken the M4 first pick?
No, over and over under? No. Never.
Okay. What was your first pick? Do you remember?
Browning Satori.
Oh, Satori. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what's your most valuable pick, Clove?
Man, it's probably a toss-up just from having to Google foo so quick, and that Henry H001 for
that Henry for 300 is
$50 was about $50 cheaper, and I found it multiple places for that, or I say that about a half a dozen places on sale, but even low end is in the 3.5s. Typically on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking about. 349 is typically what I see.
Even on the low end. And then I bumped some around because I originally had the CZ Jaguar in an $800 slot because it was running 6+, right?
Yeah.
And there wasn't a $700 option. And then I'm like, fuck, I really want to put the influencer in there. But I couldn't find an influencer for less than 6, and so I was back and forth.
Did Cobra put it on sale for a few minutes for you?
Right. I was back and forth with the Influencer X and the CZ Jaguar trying to find something, below 6, and I finally hit on a Jaguar in the 580s. So
solid. Real quick, Ginger, can you read off my draft team?
Yeah. So Trey's draft team is the PS90. The Zastava ZPAP 92, HK VP9 in gray.
Great. That's all I can find under that $800 one.
I wrote real fast, so I hope the Tika TIX in 22
T1X.
T1X.
Yeah.
The Anderson Utility Pro, the Mac 1014, which I think is a solid steal in the 6th round.
It's a great
then
solid 6-round steal. That's my Tom Brady, maybe my 6-round steal. I don't know. Yeah. And then my high point carbine.
I think your Tom Brady is definitely the high point carbine.
High point carbine, a 7th round pick. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
my 7th round high point carbine, by the way. All right, so read off. I'm proud of my team. I don't know, and like I said, I was gonna go Mac. I was gonna go with the Mac 5. And I'm actually glad that Clover picked it right before me because it made me like think. And I happened to look over here and I saw my ZPAP 92. I was like, let's go check the price on that. So it actually worked out well. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with my team. Ginger, what's your team? Read your team off.
I have the Springfield TRP AOS, the Kuna, the HK VP9 OR, the Echelon, the Ruger American Predator, P365, and the Maverick 88.
You're handgun heavy, aren't you? You got three handguns?
Four handguns. Four handguns.
You're a handgun guy. So
I'm a handgun guy.
So I've got a sub gun. Check. Got a PCC with a 10mm. Check. Got the AR. Check. I've got a bolt action. Check. I've got a shotgun. Check. And 2 handguns. Correct? I've got one of everything.
You've got
except for revolver, and I'm not.
You've got one handgun, unless you count the ZPAP as a handgun.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, that's a AK.
AK.
So I actually did it great. I got one of everything then, except for revolver. Who gives a fucking about revolvers, right?
You've got two.
You've got four. You've got 4 fucking handguns.
Yeah.
Do you have an AR? Are you counting the Kuna as an AR?
No. So in the 6th round, I was going to take the Radical, but I also was going to take
a pistol. Is what you're calling?
I'm counting it as a PCC.
Okay, so you got the PCC, 4 handguns. You have a shotgun with the Maverick 88,
and I've got the bolt gun with the
bolt gun. Okay, that's not bad. 4 handguns is a little excessive, but okay. I don't dislike any of your choices. I'm just saying if you're doing like now if we were doing this for like a Red Dawn scenario, our picks would have been much different. I'm assuming, but you probably wouldn't have gone 4 handguns, would you?
No, I was gonna go with a shotgun in the 6th round and the like a GX2 in the 7th, but in the 6th round when you took the Mac 1014, I should have went with the Radical AR, so at least I would have had an AR. Yeah. But I panicked.
Yep.
And I picked the P365.
You did panic. Not that the 365 is a bad gun, but
it's a panic.
Covered. It's a panic mode. All right. Read Chris's team off real quick.
Chris had the Benelli M4, the IWI Zion, the Walther PT Pro, Canic Prime, Ruger American, the Ruger RXM, and the Taurus TX22. He went heavy handgun.
He went 4 handguns as well, didn't you? 4 handguns. You have a shotgun in there? Oh yeah, Benelli.
Yeah.
AR.
The Zion.
Are you counting the Zion AR?
Yeah.
You can do that. Are you? Let's see here. Is there anything that you wish you would have gotten, like a platform that you wish you would have gotten, Chris? Are you happy?
22 rifle, I would have been happy with. I should have probably picked one.
I'm surprised you didn't go 10-22, honestly.
It was. I kept thinking about it.
Yeah. Clove. Let's read off Clover's team. Have you got time, John? Are you working?
No. Okay.
You're working. Work. You know.
Roy Hill texted me. I was just saying hi to Roy.
Name dropping motherfucker.
Yeah. Clover's team is the Browning Satori, the Mac 5, the Influencer X, the CZ Jaguar, the Kiger 9C Pro, the Browning Buckmark Micro Bull, and the Henry H001.
That's a solid draft, bro. No one had like a Jacksonville Jaguar draft, or a Cleveland Brown draft. No one had a shitty draft.
I think the audience, even with their going back and forth, they've got a solid draft.
And here's the thing: we put the audience in a pickle because they picked last every round. Read off their roster. That's a pretty solid roster considering they picked last every round.
So they had the Geisley Super Duty, the solid Mac 9 Duty, but they said the comp. I didn't find a comp anywhere for under $1,000. So unless they found it that I missed,
I'm going to take their word for it.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
The Remington 700, the Mossberg 590, the SAR 9 SOCOM, the Ruger 1022, and the GX2. They had a real solid draft.
They had a lot of time to think.
They
did. A lot of see a lot of missteps and stuff. And I think they probably have the most diverse list of anybody.
They did. The only thing that I think they might have messed up with, not that I have something in specific that I would exchange it for, but there was a lot at that $800 range. When they went Remington 700 at the $800 range, I think they could have gotten a pretty quality bolt gun, maybe down the line a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at $800 range, you're opening up to a lot of really quality firearms at that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think you could have picked up a bolt gun the next round, the 2 rounds. You could have gotten it for $600 or $500 bolt gun. That's the only thing. That I would question when you said 700 at the $800. I said, man, there's a lot of great $800 guns out there. That's just me, but it's a solid fucking list. I don't think that any of us have bad lists. I think we all did pretty well.
Can you still
John was sitting here all day? I think John all day was sitting here making lists up, so he was well prepared for this.
Oh no, I didn't do jack shit today. I was too busy in and out of meetings all day.
You're so full of shit. GOA is not doing anything right now. What are you talking about? Y'all aren't busy.
No, not at all.
Not at all. What were you going to say, though? Someone's going to say something, I thought.
I was going to say something about the 700 because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I went and Google food it. They are still available, but I don't think they're doing any new production. I think whatever's left is left out there.
Wouldn't surprise me. I'm just saying, and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's a bad choice. I'm not saying you could have gotten a 700 for cheaper. I'm saying you could have gotten a bolt gun at that $600, $500 level, because that $800, man, there's a lot of cool shit in the $800 category that they could have gone with besides the 700. That's just me.
That $800, when you get to that $800 category, it's really hard to pick because you don't want to waste all that.
And there's so many great guns on different platforms. There's so much good shit at the $800 range.
Now, I do want to point this out.
Not one fucking Glock was taken. How about that?
Not a single fucking Glock
was taken. I'm not upset about it, but not one. I don't even think there was a Smith & Wesson taken either, was there?
There was not a Smith & Wesson taken. There was multiple Rugers, multiple Andersons, multiple guns from SDS Arms, one Walther, the lone IWI. I picked a bunch of Springfields.
Of course, but you'll show for you're hanging on the nuts of Springfield. It's okay. Well, I don't blame you.
But yeah, there's Mossberg was taken, no Smith & Wessons, and no Glocks were taken at all.
And Cobra says he was thinking about the accessory option. Everybody makes 700 accessories. I know that. That's what I'm saying, though. You can find 700 everyone makes a 700 based action rifle that you can get for $500 or $600. You can still get the 700 accessories. It just doesn't have to be the Remington. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that I was surprised when the 700 was taken at that level.
I don't have an AR and I don't have a revolver, and those two things bug me a little bit. But
I would imagine that the revolver probably bugs you more than I having an AR.
As I'm sitting here looking at, I'm like,
but would you trade though?
I don't know what I would, because I've got diversity. Like, I really do. I don't understand.
Yep.
I don't know.
I would honestly, I wouldn't trade. Looking on I wouldn't trade. All right, so let's have some fun with this shit. You can trade. We're gonna go through the room. You can trade any of your guns. Now it has to be in that same price. Whatever if you're trading an $800 gun, you can trade it, but it has to be under the $800 level. You can trade
or under. Or under.
Yeah, or under. You can get a $300 gun for the $800 gun if you think it's better. I'm trying to think. I don't think I want to trade. I like mine. I'm not.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put any stipulations on the trade. If somebody's willing to give up a $2,000 gun for a $300 gun, like that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You just can't go over. Like if you're willing to give up a $500 gun, you can get anything under that. You just can't go over that.
Well, the trade is two-party though. It's all about the deal. So if somebody's willing to give up,
I'm not talking about trading. I'm not saying trading it to someone. I'm saying I'm going to let you go and have a supplemental draft right now, but you got to give up a draft pick. Whatever draft pick you want, you've got to give that. So if you say I want this gun instead of that gun, I mean, you know what? I want this gun, but it has to be at that same level. Yeah. Like if you're willing to give up that $500 gun, you can get whatever you want, but it has to be under that $500. I'm not going to trade any. I'm sticking. I like my lineup. Ginger, is there something out there that hasn't been taken that you now are thinking that you said, you know what? I want that gun. Would you trade out? Now is your opportunity not to have 4 fucking handguns.
Yeah. My problem is I'm trying to think of. I would trade it out for.
Which one?
I would trade out the VP9.
$800 gun. There's a lot of possibilities. $800.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of a solid.
What are you missing right now? What are you missing?
Trying to think of a solid AR to put in that spot.
Front line.
I just can't. Yeah, there we go. Anderson frontline is what I would put in that spot and get rid of the VP9. I don't need another handgun that's optics ready with the echelon.
So now you have your AR.
Yeah,
that's a good swap right there. That's a good swap. It's a solid swap. Chris, I'm giving you the opportunity to swap out if you want. You don't have to. I'm not going to.
The only thing that I would have done differently, and I can't swap it out because the side chat already picked it, but I would have given up the TX22 for a Ruger 1022.
Okay. Is there another 22 rifle out there that you'd be willing to go after? Like a Cricket or something, just to say you had a 22 rifle or something. I'm not saying go Cricket by any means. I'm just saying
the little kids version of the little. I need to make a video with one of those.
The pink Cricket, baby.
I don't think so. I'd have to stick with the. You know what? I don't know if you can still buy them. I love the one I've got. Let's see.
How much did you pay for your GSG 22?
What are you looking for, Chris?
I didn't even think. Well, I think it was more than 300.
There's not a lot of decent semi-auto 22 rifles.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you pay for that GSG out there. I mean, that's under 300. That's a steal.
Okay,
it's probably not. Okay.
Since I can't go with the 1022,
we talked him out of the TX22. Yes. All right, go ahead.
I'll go with the Remington 597.
They don't make them anymore.
Oh, they don't make them anymore?
No, Remington, no.
Okay.
That's probably
that's why I asked what you were looking for. It's because about the only option you got is the 597 or the Marlin 60, and they don't make either one of fucking those.
They're both not in production.
The only other one that I can think of that would be decent is that what is that Savage makes one that's pretty decent. It's semi-auto that they normally put on sale for like $100 at Christmas.
Oh, those aren't decent. Those suck ass, dude. Now they're Savage.
Wow.
Now the Savage bolt guns, the Mark series, outside of like Walmart, the actual Mark series that are actual Mark series that have the AccuStock and the AccuTrigger, what under you can find those I think for under 300, but they're bolt. They're not semi-auto.
So are you sticking? Are you sticking
my
with TX22?
22?
All right. So you're locked in like I am. You're keeping your lineup. All right, Chloe. I'm giving you a chance. Go get a revolver or something to trade in and trade up. What are you gonna do?
What I've got is a pretty good reflection of what I already own, even so.
Yep. Same. I mean,
it's Savage. Man, I don't know what I'd give up. Got my bolt, my hammer fire, striker fire.
So
I'm not giving up. Not about to give up a fucking buck mark. Like that ain't happening. Yeah. I think I'm good.
What are your handguns?
Me?
Yeah.
The buck mark, the influencer,
Buck mark, the Kiger, and the influencer. You got
and the
3?
Kiger. Yeah.
You wouldn't give up at the Kiger or the influencer price range to go get an AR or a revolver?
Where am I going to find a revolver and AR for the $400 price range?
What was the disruptor? I mean, not the influencer.
That was
that's the 800. That's the 800.
It's the 800. It was underdone.
You can.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up my Houghton 11.
Okay, I was just asking. I was trying to give you options. I was trying to give you options.
I'm surprised, Clover, you didn't take like a Taurus or the Heritage Roscoe in the 7th round if you wanted.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. I don't want either one of those. No.
Are there any? I'm speaking out of ignorance here. Your Kiger was at the what? $400?
Yeah,
400. Yeah.
Is there not like a decent Taurus or something revolver at that 400 level? No, I didn't know. I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
As I said, I'm speaking of ignorance. Is I don't keep up.
The only thing I'm aware of you're going to get that's decent is probably going to be 22 or something single action like Ginger mentioned or something.
You don't want like an LCR. That's the LCP wasn't taken either, or the LCR. That's interesting.
I'm not giving up.
You know what I was looking for? Because I remember a couple years ago when the new Shield came out. The original Shields you could find for like $285 at one point. Remember that?
Yeah.
Couldn't find any more. I would have gone with the Shield at that $300, but then I went with the High Point. Or no, I went with the High Point. But I was originally the $300. My first thought was the original Shields I've got. Well, that's my daughter has it now. She carries it, but the original Shield, you used to be able to find them for about $285, but I couldn't find them. I guess they were all gone at that point. So
here's my question. None of us took.
By the way, thank you, John. That was awesome tonight. Yeah,
you're welcome. I want to know what is going through all our brains because none of us took a Glock. None of us took a Smith & Wesson, but we all took. There was 2 Glock clones taken off the board.
Better. They're better.
Yeah, they're better and cheaper.
But why did nobody?
I'm saving $200 and getting a better handgun. Why would I not go? Nobody
took the Shield Plus at $399. I didn't take the new Bodyguard. I could have taken that at $399.
The Bodyguard, yeah. My thing is this. You asked me that 5-10 years ago, I would have had at least one Glock. No, and I probably would have had a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport is my AR. The great thing about what has happened the last 5 years is like Clover and everyone just said, there are these Glock clones out there that are cheaper and they're better. So why would you pay more for an inferior gun just because it's Glock? I love Glock. But they're better and cheaper. The clones are just better and cheaper. As far as Smith & Wessons, the only 2 Smith & Wessons that I am fans of. Now, I'm not talking revolvers because I don't do that shit. I would say that the only 2 Smith & Wessons that I truly love is the Shield and the M&P Sport. but I think I got better guns than those for in my lineup.
Yeah, when I see Smith and Wesson, I'm looking at mainly the revolvers, right? Like I don't give a fuck about the other stuff, and that eats up the very high tier picks.
Because there's maybe not saying better, but there's different options for you at those price levels.
Yeah, it never was considered as like I would have to give up, probably the Mac 5 or probably the Mac 5 or the Influencer X for that.
If you would have gone that $800 to $1,000, if you were willing to trade, what would you have gone with? I'm interested in what revolver
I would have went. I don't know the price range. I'm gonna go look real quick. But hang on. I would go 686 probably.
686. Okay.
And you're looking to 700. I'd have to give up the Influencer for that.
That's the 357, 38, 686, 357.
And I would want the longer barrel, so I would have to give up the Influencer X. Yeah, I would have to give up the Influencer X.
That's the $800. That's the $800 level.
Yeah, I would have to, and I don't want to do that.
I get you. No one took a Colt. Yeah. Once again, Colt, same thing that comes a Glock. Colts are great, but there's stuff that's better and cheaper. Let's just be honest, right? Chris, I'm going to ask you something personally. 2 questions. I'm going to ghost you here. Multiple questions in one sentence. One, why no Smith & Wesson or Glock for you? But 2, you're huge on PCCs. I was surprised that you weren't heavier in PCCs. Because PCC is kind of like your favorite platform, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why I didn't really go with one.
Yeah, I didn't know if you're consciously not thinking about them or you stayed away from them on purpose or not.
No, I think it was just I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering. And then why? I mean, I'm never really. You never really talked much about Glock or Smith. I mean, are you big Glock or Smith guy at all, or they really don't mean anything much to you?
I've only got one Smith. I've got I want to make sure I've got the Gen 1 M&P 45.
Okay.
And I like it. It's a great gun.
Solid gun. Solid gun.
Yeah. I don't like Glocks.
Yeah. Okay.
But I like Glock clones.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I mean, I love my Glock 40 just because it's 10 millimeter and it's a blast to shoot.
Yeah.
I think that's the only. No, I do have a Glock 22. They're just not. I just don't really. I don't dislike them, but I don't really like them.
Glocks are just there, right? They work.
No one's gonna say no to one because they're just great guns. But people aren't going out after them anymore, except for you when you finally got your 26. By the way,
well, when you find a deal. But I thank you to Cobra Arms out there. I got a great deal.
Yeah.
If you find the Glock at a great deal, you're going to buy the fucking Glock. It's a great deal. But you're not going to go out looking to pay retail for a fucking Glock. Who does that?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And I'm sure there are people that are, but I don't know.
Yeah. I love Glock, but I think that there's better stuff out there now. Like you said, Clove, better and cheaper.
I would
like put the Kiger 9C Pro.
Like I do not like anything past the Gen 3, on Glock.
I'm the same way.
It's like I don't.
Yep. I'm the same way.
If you're going to go a Gen 4, you might as well get the Gen 3, and then if you're going to go Gen 5, you might as well go back to Gen 2.
Yep.
And with me and Glock, Glock was never ambi until the Gen 5s came out.
Oh, I forgot you're a fucking lefty. I forgot about you're a lefty. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think by then there was so many other guns out there that were just as good that were ambi that I just.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a Walther fan. I'm going to take a Walther over a Glock any day.
I don't disagree with you there. I almost went to go and see what the original PPQ subcompact that I have, because that's a great gun, and it's a great gun. Walther's fantastic. I mean, like I said, there's so many good stuff out there. Let's see here. Scott said the only Colt that he would have taken would be the Python. I've never shot a Python. Obviously, they're a famous, if you will, gun. I'm going to go to you guys because I'm not a revolver guy. Is the Python one of those that's overrated, or is it that good?
It's overrated.
Is it? Okay. I've heard both sides of it, right? I've heard people saying, "Oh, it's worth everything that the Python says it is." It is that. I've also heard people say it's a great gun for $200 cheaper, or something like that. So I don't know, but I don't have any experience with it, so I can't speak, and that's why I want to ask you guys.
Pythons are just typically always, they've never really been, and we're talking about the old ones or the new ones either way here, right? And the new ones are like everything.
Any of the snake guns, are any of them worth what people say they are? I mean, are any of them?
I think the older ones are, because of the rarity, the collectability value, and stuff like that. I think they are.
But not as necessarily guns, but the collectability is. But the gun itself, okay.
Right. Yeah, they're not great guns. And here's what I mean by that. You could take a Smith & Wesson, or you can take a Ruger, and you can shoot that thing all day long, every single day on the range. It will keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You will have very little issues overall. A snake gun, whether we're talking old or new, and then granted the new ones are crappier than the old ones, they're going to get out of time. I mean, they're going to have to be tinkered with at some point, and it's just, I've seen it over and over and over and over again, right? Like, they're nice and they're cool, and if you don't shoot much, go out and put a cylinder through it every now and then. But if you just want to bang away on some steel and all of that, like, you're going to be replacing parts. You're going to have to, do a lot of tweaking. It's kind of like I don't know. It's probably like anything else. It's probably kind of like a high performance sports car or something like that, right? Like, you're going to wear out parts quicker, right? Type thing. And so it's probably something like that. Like, you don't want to take your high performance sports car and use it as an everyday driver, right?
Right.
That would be the good analogy to that, right? Like,
G says that he likes the grip angle on the snake gun clones better. I don't know. I don't know.
My father-in-law has an insane Colt collection. Like, it's just crazy to go out there and look at them. And I've thought about like doing because he'll let me borrow anything, but it's like, I don't want to be responsible for it. But I've always wanted to like take his original Anaconda and the new one and do like a video.
You should do so. This is gold, and the videos would do. I can guarantee you they would do very well. You could do just benchtop overview comparison stuff with those. Never even fire them, load them up, pull the trigger, and those videos would be banging, man. They would do well, just so you know.
Yeah, because I know he's got both the
people don't have access
Pythons
to tons of snake guns to do that content. That's why I'm telling you that would be gold.
There's not going to a whole lot of competition out there, probably, because the people that do have access to them are like you. I don't want to get them out, I was going to ask something. Man.
Most people that have access to them don't do YouTube channels, too.
That's true too. Oh, fuck. I just had a question in my head and it's gone. I hate being stupid.
Was it because G was talking about the grip angle snake gun clone being
no?
Okay.
No, I don't think so. It might have been. It just kind of floated away.
But a snake gun, I would have to give up the Browning Satori for a fucking snake. I'm like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I can take that Browning Satori and I can hunt with it. I can go out on sporting clays and everything else and have fun. And like, why would I trade that for a Safe Queen? Right?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
My comment was, to my recollection, and Ginger, you can verify this for me, was the Henry Classic that Clover got, is that the only lever that was taken?
It was the only lever taken in the entire draft.
Yeah, I want to say that was the only lever taken. And the reason why I say that is the last couple of years have kind of, the lever has come back, right? And that was the only one, and that was like a last round pick. Like, it went to the 7th round and for a lever action to go.
But think about it this way. You're either taking a Henry in the first 2 rounds.
This is true too. Yeah.
Or a Marlin in the first 2 rounds, or you're taking a G-Force
in at the 4th round.
The 4th round.
You could get 1, 2, 3, I think you could find some Henry stuff in the $800 round for sure.
Yeah, it's still in third. That's the third round.
But that's the third round. Yeah.
Well, think about it. It was the lowest I've seen a Henry was like $899, $829. So you have to use it in the second round.
Yeah. Scott says no one took it 686. Yeah, we were just talking about that. How much is a 686? Is that the $800 level, Clover? You think
650 to 800?
Yeah, so you're looking at that third round, the $800.
Depending on barrel length and some other things. Yeah. 650 to 800 ish.
PSA has the 6-inch version on sale for $669.99. MSRP or the retail price I have is $1099.99.
That would be the 800, right? That would be
$800
the third round. Yep.
Yeah, because there's the $700 yet. G says, Chris, you can have them send the guns to me. I'll make the videos. Then you don't have to be responsible for them. That's so nice of you, G. G said he will take responsibility of those snake guns for you. And he what a nice guy. What a nice guy. I don't think that's going to happen, homie. I'm surprised G doesn't have all the snake guns. He probably has throughout the years.
I think you hit on it with the lever action, and the revolvers are the same way.
The price point.
Yeah, it's just they fall into that price point to where there's so much stuff. You've got to really be into it, really want that to end up, if you're limited, right? Which we are in this, right? We're limited.
Yeah, we are. Yep, absolutely.
That when it comes down to nut cutting time, it's hard to justify it.
No, it is. It is. A lever never crossed my mind, even though I enjoy them now. But it never crossed my mind. A revolver obviously never crossed my mind. But that's why I was asking you guys, because you guys are more into the levers and the revolver game, and I was surprised that Clover was the only one that took a lever, and that was in the 7th round. Fantastic, by the way, fantastic fucking steal. Might have been the steal of Giraffe getting a Henry in the 7th round, but it took the 7th round for a lever to get taken. I just thought that was weird. And no revolvers? None?
None.
One?
None.
Wow. That's insane.
I'm still, this whole time, ever since we first started this, revolver's kind of been in my brain, but I just could not find a place to put it.
Yeah.
Just could not find a place to put it.
I get it. Now, did you guys, let's go through the room because this is kind of funny. In my mind, but most people, Clover especially knows this. We've had this talk 100 times in our decade-long bromance. It's been 8 years since we met, bro. By the way, you know that? It's been 8 years since we met.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I got a 10-year anniversary, YouTube anniversary.
Yesterday, I got my 8 years in June. My 8 year, and that's when we met. Is when I first started doing them. So it was in 2017 that we met. Anyways, where was I going with that? Jesus Christ. Oh, Clover knows this more than anyone, but like for the longest time, I bought guns for a purpose. Like I had not that I had to justify it, but like when I bought guns, I had something that I was planning on using it for, not just because they were a good deal or because I liked them or whatever. That's changed now, obviously.
Yeah.
But like for this, I'm not saying that I was going down that, but in the back of my mind, I was like, I want to have kind of one of everything for that Red Dawn scenario. Is I've got a little bit of something for every scenario in that Red Dawn. Not necessarily did that, but in my mind, it's like, okay, I've got that. I was trying to check off the stuff that I wanted. Go through the room, Ginger, Chris, Clover. I don't care who goes first. Did y'all have a reasoning or a method to your madness, or were you just trying to find the best deal at that price point?
Well, twofold. It was the best deal at that price point is how I started. Going, okay, I want the coolest thing at that price point. Hence why the VP90R in the 3rd round. But then as you guys started talking, like I was like, after the Echelon pick, I realized I was like, wow, I'm going handgun heavy. Like I need something else to throw in there, or there's something else. So even my entire gun journey, it's always been about, there's never been a time until after I bought my handgun shotgun rifle.
Yeah.
After that, it was all like, oh, that's a good deal just sitting there on the shelf. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Chris, what about you? Was there a method tonight, or is it just let's find the best deal at that price range?
No, I think in the beginning, that's why I wanted to have a shotgun. I figured I might as well just go with the M4 right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to get an AR, and I knew I could get a pretty damn good AR for $1,000.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, it was just kind of, I was more looking at prices of things, thinking of guns and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Chloe, what about you? Was there a method or just picking shit?
Yeah,
obviously you were thinking about certain things because you were talking about you had
it was
the revolver in the back of your mind the whole time.
Yeah, it was multi-point. Like I wanted some diversity. I mean, I was thinking, okay, if these were the only 7 guns I owned, right?
Yeah, sure.
And somebody walked in and they were, in the cabinet, in the safe, on the wall. Like, would that person be thinking, wow, okay, those are some pretty, I mean, it's only 7 guns, but would that be kind of impressive that, okay, that's a pretty nice selection of 7 guns, right?
Yeah.
Price played a role, obviously.
Yeah.
As trying to figure out where to put what, where, and what round and things like that. And then maybe not quite so much, but it fell into place was the functionality aspect of it. Sure. Kind of like Chris, I knew it's like, damn, I really want to over and under because if you're going to go shotgun to me, that's the way to go. And it's like, I'm going to spend money on that. That's got to be a first round. It's going to have to be a first round pick, right? But then, it's like I'm 22 heavy. If you look at it, I got 3 22s. So,
you really? You had the Henry, the Buckmark, and what's the third one?
The CZ Jaguar.
Oh,
bolt gun. Okay. Yeah. So, but that reflects real life for me too. Like I'm 22 heavy in real life. So like, why would my list not be 22 heavy? Right. So that's why I said earlier, it's kind of a reflection of, in a way, of what I own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trying to think. I don't own a Satori. I don't own a Jaguar. But I own all the rest of them. So 5 of those 7 I own.
You may not have the Satori, but you've got that high-end shotgun.
No, I don't have anything that
high-end shotgun.
No, I don't have a.
Oh, really? I figured you had something up there.
About $1,200, not $1,900.
Okay, all right.
And then I don't have I've never have bought a CZ Jaguar. I just never have. Hey, Cobra Arms, you're out there. Find me a deal on a CZ Jaguar, bro.
Bet you can.
I just never have found a good, what I would consider a good enough deal on a CZ Jaguar. So that's what's interesting too. I would be curious to know with us 4. Okay, for me, I own 5 out of 7 on my list. Where does everybody else fall? Just curious. Did we pick shit that the majority of what we own already, or were we picking more wish list?
So let's see. I have to go through my list again. I don't have a PS90, so I don't have that, but I do have the Zastava. I have the Mac 1014. I have the High Point 10mm carbine. What else do I have on that list?
So the PS90, the ZPAP, HKVP9.
Fuck you.
The Tika T1X.
No.
The
Anderson got that not too long ago. Anderson got.
The Mac 1014.
Got.
And the carbine.
I've got 4 of the 7 that I own personally. Yeah. What about you, Ginger?
Until I traded, only one was not what I owned, which was the Ruger Predator. The TRP AOS I own. The Kuna I own. Well, I owned it.
You have.
I had it. I gave it to Kurt. The VP9 OR I won at TriggerCon, so I have that. The Echelon, I have that. The P365 I have, and the Maverick 88 I have. So all but
so 6. You have 6 of 7.
6 of the 7 is something I own.
Nice.
Pretty solid there. Chris, what about you?
Oh shit! You got to give me my list, John.
All right, Ginger, go down the list for Chris real quick.
Benelli M4.
Nope.
IWI Zion.
No, I don't have that.
The PDP Pro.
Got that.
Yeah. The Canic Prime.
Not yet.
He said not yet. I like that. Not yet.
Ruger American.
Yes, I have 2 of those.
Okay.
The Ruger RXM.
Yep.
And the Taurus TX22.
Yes.
So 4. Okay.
4 out of 5. Yep.
What about you, Clove?
Oh, I'm 5 out of 7. Remember?
You're about 5. So all of us have the majority of our list.
We chose what we own.
We own. Isn't that kind of funny? And here's the thing, because that makes somewhat sense, because we know it, we shoot them, and we sit there and say, that's a good value for that, because I own that, right? There's
That's
some
true.
guns that I own. I sit there and say, I wouldn't buy that for that price again, whatever. No, what I like about this experiment or this draft, for people out there that are listening in podcasts or watching this in replay, the cool thing is we just gave a lot of people that might be new to this community, that might be looking, that might have that. We talked about this last week, right? They might have that one gun that they bought just to have in the nightstand, and now they're saying, I want to get more. We just given you a shit between us and the audience, right? We just gave you 35 fucking guns at different price points that are solid. And that's a cool thing about what you just did, John. I don't even know if it was part of the reason why you did this or not, but I thought that's a really cool thing. I was about halfway through. I said, man, we were cataloging some phenomenal guns for great prices for people out there that might be looking for something new, right? So that's cool. That's a cool thing.
Scott's got a great question, by the way.
Of the ones you don't own, how many are on your wish list? All right, I can do that real quick. PS90, yep. VP9, yep. And the other one was the Savage. Don't really give a shit. So of the 3 that I don't have, 2 of them I will have one day. So yes, the Savage, I don't particularly give a shit. I got that because I needed a bolt rifle. I needed a bolt gun, and that was a decent price bolt gun. So, Ginger, what about you? Of the one that you don't own, is it on your wish list, or you just buy it for the price value?
I wanted a Ruger American Predator for the longest time because I wanted a long range, budget minded bolt gun. But now that I have the 2020, I don't want it anymore.
Okay, that's fair. Chris, what about you? Of your 3 that you don't have, are they on your wish list or not?
The Canic Prime will probably be on my wish list. I probably will never spend $2,000 on a shotgun, so I doubt I'll ever.
What about
buy
the IWI?
No, because I wanted an AR, and that's a really good AR at $1,000. But
fantastic. But there's so many other ARs that you could get for a better deal, or that'll do the same job, right?
For $1,000, you can build a really awesome AR.
Really good one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, really the Canic Prime, but
yep. Clover, of the 2 that you don't have, are they on your wish list or no?
Well, my wish list is subject to.
Well, this is true.
Cobra Arms finding me a good deal on anything. No, my wish list. I don't have a wish list like a lot of people that they'll pay retail for the shit, even though it's on my wish list. Like, I've got to have a good deal on it, right? So that being said, yes, I find a good deal on a Satori. Yeah, I'll buy a Satori, and definitely if I find a good deal on a Jaguar, I'll buy that. So yes, on both of mine, I suppose.
Okay, that's fair. Boys, that was a fun time. Real quick, Chris. First of all, Ginger, thanks for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Great idea. Great job being the commissioner of this draft as well. Good job. Chris, I'm gonna bring you in. Let everybody know what's going on the channel. Anything that you need to get out, let them know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've got all the new Gideon Optics dots are here. All the filming's done. I just gotta wrap up some editing. I'm super excited I got a couple guns on the way. Cobra Arms has got the Nocturne F will ship out tomorrow. That was another bucket list gun from the Great American Outdoor Show, so I got that coming. And one of my favorites from SHOT Show is the Ross Martin RM1C Comp, and that shipped out today too. So
there you go.
Yeah, got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm excited.
You got some guns.
Thanks for having me on again, man. I had a great time. This was a fun show.
I don't know why you keep asking. Thanks for having me on. You're part of the family, bro. Like
I know.
Here. But I appreciate you coming on as always. We should do one by you. Oh, we could do a used version. That would be kind of fun. A used. Ooh, good idea, Scott. We might do that in a couple weeks. Yeah, we might do that. I suspect next Tuesday is going to be NRA wrap up. So I'd imagine. So maybe 2 weeks we'll do a used draft. That could be fun. That could be really fun. Ginger, I'm going to give you a couple minutes for GOA and FLR. So go for it. What you got going on?
Well, there's a lot of things happening at GOA, just too much to talk about. So we'll touch on that.
Can't right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So go to gunowners.org/goals to go register for the Goals Show, all happening August 9th and 10th in beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. Free to all GOA members.
It's pretty. I guess parts of it's pretty. The Mogadishu Mile is not necessarily pretty, where Clover and I had to walk up and down the neighborhood, but
holy shit, right?
Well, I see. I can't control that part. I can control what happens.
You can control weather falling on power lines. Come on.
No. But yeah, come to Goals. We're gonna have awesome companies there. Come check them out. Again, that's free to GOA members. $25.
We'll be there. You get to see Clover. You get to meet Clover.
Yeah. You can see Chris. You can see me. See Clover. You can see Ghost if you want to. Chase. So it'll be fun.
We might have a surprise for you at Goals.
Jesus, just what I need. Another freaking
No. It's a good surprise. We'll talk about it after we go live in the after chat.
Golly.
John, congratulations on the wins today, Scott says.
Thank you. I didn't do shit. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't do shit, but congratulations to the legal team.
There you go. So she says, what you got going on FLR?
We've got some videos wrapping up. We should have a video up on the Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 coming here real shortly. And we just wrapped up a video.
And can you give me a sneak peek?
Surprisingly good. But if you can get it for the price point we bought it at, I'd recommend picking one up. But it only comes with one mag, and I'm pissed at them for it. So put it as a price point, so I get it. But still, the one mag thing pisses me off. So it wasn't a bad gun. It's kind of one of those things where it shoots, it does what it's supposed to do, but it's nothing that you can get excited about. It's basically will put you to sleep. So
it's an SD9.
Yeah, it's an SD9.
Okay, work it out. Thanks for coming on, homie.
No problem.
Clove, bring us home.
What?
What you got going on? Anything?
What did I drop yesterday? I dropped a video with the baby Glock. Thanks again to Cobra Arms out there for that. Nothing. Headed out to hot Atlanta, man, bright and early, or not even bright, but early. Anyway, Thursday morning. So not looking forward to going to fucking Atlanta, but looking forward to the show and doing our thing and whatever, for sure.
Is Air Clover patch going to be there or no? Not yet.
Fuck no.
SHOT Show 2025. Air Clover.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I got some new caps. Did you see those?
I did. Those are pretty sweet.
I don't remember my store. What is my fucking store? Go to the website and click on like shop out there or whatever. But anyway, very, very limited on those caps. Those are typically I'll do some different colors, and these are the printed with the camos and oh man,
it was you had some cool, like the blue one was pretty
bad. That blue Cryptek is badass.
Cool,
I'm wearing one of those to NRAM for sure.
Yeah, that's a sweet
I liked that one. Yeah.
Well, that's the one that popped out for me. I mean, they're all cool, but that was like, oh man, that's nice.
Yeah, of course. But I figured folks is like I got the for those that don't know, there's two hunting camos. There's a mossy oak and a real tree. And people love camo. And then there's the OG what is it? The man, you've seen it, the woodland, right? Like just the OG standard woodland camo. And then the Cryptek in the blue, which is almost like a fishing. It reminds me of like somebody wear fishing or something.
Yeah. It's good looking at.
Yeah, no.
G says no multicam, no sale.
Here's the thing with that. G-Web's giving me shit ever since I showed pictures over those. And here's the thing. So I'm really careful, really picky. First of all, it's got to be a Richardson 112 series cap because those are just the fucking bomb as far as quality. And then I have them done locally. That's the reason you can't pick up a cap in my store for $10 or something like some of these other print on demand fucking places. It's a quality cap and it's quality embroidery is done locally. But because of there's Richardson does not do anything that's multicam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got a couple of other they've got some other colors in the Cryptek, right? So they have like a FDE colored, I think, kind of Cryptek, and then a black, and then the I think there's a different style mossy oak and a different style real tree as well that maybe they had. There's only a couple of other variants that they even had of camo, and I just picked the ones I thought looked the best, quite honestly.
No, you did a good job. Because those are good ones for sure. Yeah. Faux shizzle my nizzle. All right, boys and girls, gentlemen, women of all ages. Thank you for joining us tonight. Go check out Gunners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews. Go check out Christmas 740. Go check out CloverTac, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. We'll have an NRA NRAM wrap up probably. I know there's going to be quite a few new stuff coming out at NRAM, which I think is going to be kind of cool. We will see you next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. If you're watching this in replay or listening to the podcast, come join us live Tuesday, 7 Central over the Ghost Tactical channel. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you get to the range. Be more proficient with your firearms. Stay in touch with everything that's going on with your local, state, federal, and all the two-way legislation. Most importantly, enjoy your freedoms of being an American, one of which is to keep and bear arms. We'll see you next week. Semper Fi.